Accepting. Well, there's a lot of talk these days about accepting yourself, knowing your worth, and rightly so. Don't get me wrong. But it's a tricky one because we're in a time that has never been so individualistic, whilst we are also in a time like no other, when it is so vital that we live sacrificially as part of a connected society, an interdependent world. But the two things aren't opposites. It's not to either look after yourself or look after others. As with so much, it's about balance. In fact, learning to accept and love ourselves is a huge part of being able to serve other people. When we give of ourselves sacrificially out of resentment and self-loathing, we are so often trying to earn acceptance, prove we're not as rubbish as we might feel that we are. And that's not sustainable. Equally, if we do the work to love ourselves but stop looking out for other people, our confidence won't last as long as selfishness eats away. For people like Mary Magdalene in the Holy Week story, accepting that she was important and vital and had a voice was going against what society told her. Yet it was women that Jesus chose to be key players in his group of followers. Women he chose to be the first witnesses to the resurrection. Women who stayed at the cross when everyone else fled. He chose those with disabilities, those who'd been outcast, looked down upon. He chose those people to demonstrate what he was all about, what God was showing us. That those with privilege cannot keep others downtrodden when faced with the truth of God's love for everyone. It's a lifelong work, I think, to accept yourself, to understand that we too might have a role to play in something much bigger than we can imagine, and to balance that work on ourselves and self-love with being part of the bigger whole. I'm still regularly plagued with imposter syndrome, with a sense that everyone else is doing life better than me, that I'm not good enough. But the more I acknowledge it and bring those feelings and fears into the light, the more I am able to put them in their place, to let others reassure me and help me grow where I can do better. The more I try and tell myself what I wholeheartedly believe is true for everyone else, you are enough. You are a work in progress, but we all are. And on the way, you are capable of doing good, being part of something bigger, making a difference in small and big ways. We are enough.